Hello students, welcome to lecture 14 of Emerging Domain in Electronics Engineering. I am Assistant Professor Sugandh Gupta, and in today's lecture we will discuss LCD, tunnel and Varactor diode. In the last lecture, that is lecture number 13, we discussed LEDs, that is light emitting diode, and I observed that I forgot to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of LEDs in the last lecture. So before moving on to the LCDs, tunnel and Varactor diode, we will conclude LED with its advantages and disadvantages. So just think about it. What could be the advantages of LED, that is light emitting diode? See, we use LEDs in our daily life, especially in festivals. So what do we observe? It has small size, lightweight, longer life, and it is available in different colors, and it is low cost. So these are basically the advantages of LED. And if we talk about the disadvantages of LED, what could be the disadvantages, or what are the disadvantages that we observe? I think first of all we observe that the luminous efficiency of LEDs is low. That means because LED emits light in all the directions equally, therefore the luminous efficiency of LED is very low. Suppose you put a LED in a room, so can it light up the whole room? No. So the luminous efficiency of LED is low. Or what are the disadvantages of LEDs? One of the disadvantages is output power is affected by the changes in temperature. Overcurrent can damage the LED. So these are some of the disadvantages of LEDs. So let us have a look at the advantages and disadvantages. These are very common, and I hope that everybody of us might recall LED with only these points in our mind. Now let us move on to the liquid crystal display, that is LCD. So liquid crystal display, it has both the words in its name, that is liquid and crystal. So basically what is a liquid crystal display? It is a device, or it is a material that possesses the properties of both liquid and crystal. Means it has the property, that means the molecules are arranged in such a way that they are periodic. So therefore it is said to be a crystal. That means this possesses the property of crystal, but it is not in a solid form. So therefore we call it a liquid crystal. That means it possesses the properties of both liquid as well as crystal. So what is a liquid crystal display? It is a material that flows like a liquid but whose molecular structure has some properties normally associated with solids. So that is a liquid crystal display. So can we figure out some of the advantages and disadvantages of LCDs? So basically, first of all, we should know that LCDs are majorly of two types. Two types. One is dynamic scattering LEDs. Dynamic scattering LEDs, and the other is field effect LEDs. I'm sorry, it is LCD. It is LCDs and field effect LCD. So these are majorly of two types, that is field effect LCD and dynamic scattering LCD. Now let us figure out some of the advantages and disadvantages of LCDs. So if I talk about the advantages of LCD, it requires less power and it requires low cost. It has low threshold voltage and require low operating voltage and current. So if we quote the advantages of LCD, the first one is requires less power. Second, that it is cost effective. And the third one is it has low threshold voltage and requires low operating voltage. Requires low operating voltage and current. So these are the advantages of LCDs. Now if we talk about the disadvantages of LCD, that is, first one is it requires large area. Second thing, backlighting is very much necessary, as we see in our LCD TVs that are present in our home. Then the third one is low switching speed. It takes some time to start. And the other is small operating temperature range. So what were the disadvantages mainly? Occupies large area. Second, backlighting is necessary. Third one, low switching speed. So these are mainly the disadvantages of LCDs. So now let's move on to the Varactor diode. And what is a Varactor diode? Because the word diode is included, that means a PN junction is present there. So a Varactor diode is a reverse biased PN diode. That means it will operate during reverse bias and it utilizes the inherent capacitance of depletion layer. See, let us first of all write its definition. Varactor diode is a reverse biased PN junction diode or PN junction which utilizes or which uses the inherent capacitance of depletion layer. When we were discussing the reverse biasing, we saw that, and we also discussed it during the PN junction or the diode capacitance, that when a diode is reverse biased, then P and N semiconductors act as the two opposite plates and the depletion layer acts as the dielectric medium. So this scenario is analogous to a parallel plate capacitor. And in the case of parallel plate capacitor, the capacitance is given by C equals to epsilon A by D, where A is the area of plates and D is the width of depletion layer. And as we can see over here, as the width of the depletion layer will increase, and when will it increase? When you will increase the reverse voltage. So as the reverse voltage will increase, width will increase and hence the capacitance will decrease. So if we draw the graph of voltage versus capacitance, this is the reverse voltage and this is the capacitance. It is usually written in terms of picofarad. So as you will increase the reverse voltage, the capacitance will decrease. So when the reverse voltage was less, depletion layer was less and the capacitance was at its maximum. When you are increasing the reverse voltage, the width of the depletion layer is increasing, and hence the capacitance is decreasing, as you can see from the above formula also. So this is how you can draw the graph between capacitance versus the voltage, and this is how a reverse biased p-n junction works, and that is the Varactor diode. Another thing, that Varactor diode is also called VVC, that is voltage variable capacitor, and it is usually used in tuning frequencies. So this is the application of Varactor diode. So this is how the Varactor diode will work. So that was all about Varactor diode. Now let us move on to the tunnel diode. First of all, yeah, I forgot, for the Varactor diode, let us see the symbol also. This is a Varactor diode. We have to show a capacitance over here. So this is a symbol of Varactor diode. Now let's move on to the tunnel diode. First of all, we will draw the symbol. This is the symbol of tunnel diode. So this is tunnel diode, and the first feature of tunnel diode is that it is a very heavily doped diode. And the heavy doping means it is approximately doped up to 100 to 1000 times more than that of a normal diode. So it is very heavily doped diode, approximately 100 to 1000 times. The doping is 100 to 1000 times that of normal diode. So we have already learned earlier also, more the doping, and then what about the width of depletion layer? Doping is inversely proportional to the width of depletion layer, and because more the doping, more are the charge carriers, and lesser is the area where the charge carriers could be absent. So doping is inversely proportional to the width of depletion layer, and depletion layer is an area where none of the charge carriers is present. So width of the depletion layer decreases with the increase in doping. So these two parameters are inversely proportional. So when we are saying that tunnel diode is approximately 100 to 1000 times more heavily doped as compared to that of a normal diode, that means that the width of depletion layer in case of tunnel diode is very, very thin. The depletion layer is very thin in case of tunnel diode. And what does it result into? It results in very greatly reduced depletion layer, and hence the carriers which are present at the junction, when it is forward biased, they need not cross the potential barrier. Some of the carriers tunnel, that means they make a tunnel and they cross the junction, and this is how the forward current will flow. So in this case, because the potential barrier is not crossed, therefore as soon as the diode is forward biased, the current rises very rapidly. So it is therefore the major application of tunnel diode, please note it down, the major application of tunnel diode is in high switching speeds. So it is used in high switching speeds such as computers, where high switching speed is required. So in case of tunnel diode, the application is high switching speed. So due to the extremely thin depletion layer, the carriers can tunnel through the depletion region, rather than to overcome the potential barrier. So as soon as the diode is forward biased, the current rises. Now what are the most common materials which are used in making tunnel diode? That is germanium and gallium arsenide. Most commonly used materials in tunnel diode. Now let us draw the characteristic of tunnel diode, which has a very interesting feature. See, we always draw the characteristic of a diode with current versus voltage. So this is current and this is voltage. Now, as we have already discussed that as soon as the diode comes into the positive region, that means as soon as it is forward biased, the current rises rapidly in case of tunnel diode. But after some time, what happens? As you will increase the voltage, the number of carriers is going to increase. So therefore, the current now decreases. And when after a certain time, when it decreases, then it again increases. So this is the feature of tunnel diode, that as soon as it is forward biased, the current rises very rapidly, reaches up to a peak point, then it will start decreasing. So this area is called, where the current decreases with the voltage, this is called the negative resistance region. Negative resistance region, because here as you are increasing the voltage, the current is decreasing. So this is negative resistance region. So these are the features of tunnel diode, and in this area after the negative resistance region, the diode behaves as a normal diode. So for a normal diode, how did we draw the graph? First of all, it crosses the potential barrier and then it decreases. So after the negative resistance region, the tunnel diode starts behaving like a normal diode. But in the earlier case, at the earlier stage, what happens is, as soon as you will forward bias the tunnel diode, the current will rise rapidly, and hence it is used in very high switching speed applications such as computers. So that was all about the tunnel diode. I hope you must have understood all the two terminal devices like LED, LCD, Varactor diode, tunnel diode. So these were the two terminal devices that we read in the first unit, and here we complete our first unit